Dodgers have been pushed to the brink of the National League Divisional Series. The Galaxy opened the race for Sace this afternoon. And the Lakers, well, they begin kind of nudging Russell Westbrook to the bench. Good morning. I'm James. This is your daily dose of sports and snark for the greatest sports city of the world, Los Angeles. This is faithful Angelenos. May be gloomy, but as far as I'm concerned, there are clear skies all around. It is October 15th, 2022. I'm in the parking lot at Dignity Health Sports Park, where later on today, I'm going to be watching the Galaxy open their quest for a 6th MLS Cup. So it's a beautiful thing. I want to thank the new subscribers who joined our channel yesterday. And if you like the content that we put out about LA sports, clickety-clack the like button. Clickety-clack the subscribe button. There's a notifications bell. Hit that. It'll let you know when we drop new content. Sharing is caring. Let people know we exist. And yes, comment. For I am not perfect. I even got my first troll last night. It was adorable. So before we go through the news and notes from around LA sports, a quick look at the scoreboard. Last night in San Diego, the Dodgers are one game away from being eliminated. They lost to the Padres 2-1. San Diego leads the best of 5 series 2-1. If you want to know the bottom line for the whole doggone thing, the Dodgers, who scored the most runs in Major League Baseball this year, they are 0 for their last 19 with runners in scoring position. Huge day, by the way, today in LA sports. The Dodgers are going to be playing at San Diego again at 6:30, Game 4. That's Tyler Anderson with Joe Musgrove countered for San Diego. This afternoon at noon, Nashville FC are at the Galaxy. The winner of this first round game in MLS Cup playoffs, they will face LAFC, a possible El Tráfico on the horizon. USC, number 7th ranked, will play on number 20th ranked Utah at 5 o'clock. There is a preview of that football game on the USC playlist. And the Kings are going to face Minnesota also at 5. The Kings are 0-2. They are starting a 5-game road trip. So before we go through talking about all the other teams in LA, I want to give you a couple of quick notes on the Dodgers, particularly with the pitching matchup tonight. Anderson against the Padres. He's pitched against them 4 times. He's 2-0. He's pitched 24 innings. He's only allowed 5 earned runs and 16 strikeouts. Musgrove, he of the glistening ears from the last time that he pitched against the Mets, he has faced the Dodgers 3 times. He is 0-2. 7 earned runs in 7 1/3 innings. He does strike out a lot of people, though, 23. So the Dodgers, in my opinion, if they're going to get off the schneid against anybody, this is the guy. And then you bring it back home to Game 5 up at the Ravine. Trey Turner, he appeared to injure a finger sliding into first last night, by the way. The x-rays appear to be negative, so we don't know, but it appears he should be playing. Before the Galaxy take the pitch at noon today, I want to give you a quick review of what some analysts are claiming. They have interviewed players from across MLS, and this is what they think of the LA Galaxy. It is a nightmare to play Ricky Puig. That Puig plus Chicharito are just a lethal combination. Midfielder straight to the center forward. And the Galaxy's offense has been a lot more fluid since then. Meanwhile, if you're wondering about the team they're facing, Nashville has the likely league MVP in Hani Mukhtar. But who else on that team scores? That's the big question for that Nashville will have to answer today. By the way, the Galaxy have played Nashville twice. They have won once and had a draw. Russell Westbrook, in an alleged test run, came off the bench Friday night for the Lakers. You remember a lot of coaches on the Lakers have suggested to Russell that he come off the bench, that his glory days are behind him. It's one of the reasons that Frank Vogel got fired, frankly. How'd he do? He pulled up injured. If it's a legit injury, if he just doesn't want to be coming off the bench, I have no idea. What are you going to do? The idea, if Westbrook actually buys in, has been oft discussed. He would mirror what Rajon Rondo did when he played for the Lakers in 2019-2020. He comes off the bench. That way, he's the one that gets to control the pace. He would be the one having more freedom as opposed to ceding custody of the ball to LeBron James. Guard Dennis Schroeder injured his right finger earlier this week. It could be a long-term issue, reports Shams Garcia of The Athletic. He was injured Wednesday in a preseason game. USC, 7th ranked. Again, the preview on the playlist for USC. Linebacker Shane Lee is further along in his recovery from a left forearm and wrist injury that he had 2 weeks ago. He's not necessarily green-lit to participate in today's game. He could be very useful, though, against the Utes. He is second on the Trojans in tackle. Now, if Lee, who is a transfer from Alabama, can't go, you're looking at Raylan Goforth taking over at weak side linebacker. Also, in that same game, if you're looking for the most compelling one-on-one matchup, consider wide receiver Jordan Addison versus Utah cornerback Clark Phillips III. Phillips is tied for number 1 in the entire nation with 5 interceptions. He is, in fact, a legit NFL prospect. Bad news for the Rams. We talked about it on the Rams preview, which you look on the Rams playlist, you'll find that. Center Brian Allen and running back Cam Akers are both definitely out Sunday versus Carolina. Cooper Kupp and Aaron Donald are both questionable, which frankly, that means they're playing. Who are we kidding? For more information, again, look for the preview of the game against Carolina on the Rams playlist. By the way, if I'm talking fast, it's because I want to finish this and drink heavily. Cornerback J.C. Jackson's adjustment to the Chargers defense has not been smooth. He was a crown jewel of the team's free agent class. He signed a 5-year deal for $82.5 million. The problem was, right before the year started, he had ankle surgery. He's not trying to use that as an excuse. There's actually also a strategic reason why he's struggling. The Chargers play a lot of zone defense, similar to what the Rams do, a lot of two-deep zone coverage. New England, on the other hand, they played a lot of man-to-man. So he's been trying to make the adjustment. It hasn't been smooth. Also, if you are looking for a reason why the Bolts' running game seems to be on point, consider for a moment center Corey Lindsley, who missed a couple of games so far this year. He had a knee injury. They brought him back a couple of games ago. And I'm not a coach, but I would argue that you put a center who is an all-pro, you put him next to a run-blocking rookie guard in Zion Johnson, and you have the nucleus to open up some holes for Austin Eckler. Anybody remember the Sporting News? Yeah, it still exists. Not only does that little rag exist, but they think the Clippers are actually the best team in the Pacific Division. The reason? They don't see the chemistry issues or the chemistry problems that the Golden State Warriors have. I think they're kind of overreacting to the whole Draymond Green punching incident up north, things like that. Fights happen in practice on more than, it's not that rare. But the weird thing is, they claim the Clippers are the best team in the Pacific, but they do not go so far as to say the Clippers are going to win the division. The over-under win forecast, the Clippers would wind up third behind both Phoenix and Golden State. So calling them the best team in the Pacific is a little bit misleading. Finally, according to mayorsmanor.com, Kings GM Rob Blake said prospect Alex Turcotte is finally skating on his own. Now, that might not sound like much, but when you have a concussion, any little bit of improvement is something to take note of. And as for me, I'm going to mix and mingle with the Galaxy family today. If you enjoyed this clip, don't forget to like and subscribe to Faithful Angelenos. We do talk LA sports here. Thank you for watching. I'm James. We'll be back later today with a rapid recap of this game. Faithful Angelenos is a Corte El Queso production. Take care.